Hello, modern Canadian living enthusiasts. Welcome back to another video. Today, we are going to be talking about getting ready for the next steps and what to do when you have a brand new coop and run. So stick around because we're going to start talking about it right after the intro. Welcome back for another video. This is your first time here. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, smash the likes, and turn on the notifications. It really helps us out with the YouTube algorithm. So, a little update. Our coops and runs are still under construction. The nesting boxes are being installed in the back, and then we'll be able to cut out the access doors for the chickens so that they can go into the coop. Up till now, they've been spending the time outside in the runs. They do have a sheltered area so they can get out of the elements, especially it has been ridiculously hot, so they're able to escape the sun. But the purpose of today's video is, though this is still under construction, it's never too early to start preparing for the next steps. We here at Modern Canadian Living, we chose to do the deep bedding method, which means that we don't change out the bedding in the runs every day or scoop out the poop or anything like that. We add layers on top and we change it out seasonally. Now, being that these are new coops and new runs, there was no bedding there. So we built them. We left them here for about 2 weeks, and the chickens have been eating all the grass and cleaning up the ground. It is now currently down to bare ground, like you can see in this run over here. And that's why we're starting to build up the bedding. Winter is on its way. And what that means is that they're going to get cold. Chickens are going to get cold, right? Just like us. Hard to say and hard to think that standing out in this big, bright, beautiful sun and in this 34-degree temperatures, that it's going to be winter. We're talking about that already, but it's something that we have to think about. When it comes to doing the deep bedding method, the layers and the composting effect that occurs with this process is beneficial during winter, and it really helps provide that little extra warmth for the chickens. So in order to make sure that they're going to have that little extra heat for the winter, we start building our bedding now. This run over here doesn't have any straw, but the others have had their first taste of straw. We did sprinkle it in just a little bit over the week to get them a little used to it, but today we have gone and put layers down, and as soon as this video is done, we're going to fill this run up too. This allows the composting process, their manure, all of that stuff to go in, start happening, and build up that extra layer of enrichment that we want. And when I say enrichment, you're thinking, wait, you just said that they're going to poop in it. Yes, they're going to poop in it, but they're also going to scratch in it like you can see them behind us doing right now. They're going to get some enjoyment out of it. They're going to scratch around. Because we're using straw and hay and things like that, there are different bits of grass and bugs and seeds that they'll be able to eat and just enjoy. When you're doing it this way, you got to go in layers, which means that you got to start early so that by the time winter is in full effect, you've accumulated enough of a base in the bedding so that the microorganisms can start the compost process and release that extra heat. Right now, we just have the straw. When we reset, as we call it, if you've seen our past videos, we call it resetting the runs. When we reset these runs, we will be adding down stall dry for the first time. Right now, we just have them on the straw. This provides the base. We will add some grass clippings just a little bit in. Don't give too much on the grass clippings because it can actually be bad for the birds. You can just cause a whole bunch of problems. So grass clippings sparingly, but definitely with the straw and the hay type stuff on the bottom, it helps to start the process. So stall dry will be going in on the next reset, on the first reset, I should say, when we do it. Just to help encourage the dryness and, again, take care of any excess moisture that might be in the bedding itself as it goes through the composting process. With these still being under construction, you'll notice that some do have hanging orange buckets, while others had their feed and water on the ground. If you're doing a deep bedding method, actually, just to be perfectly honest, if you're doing any kind of thing with chickens, it is better to hang the waterers and feeders, keeps them off the ground, keeps them clean. So the chains that we have ordered have arrived. Store was out, so we had to wait till they got them back in stock. So we'll be able to hang up the rest of the feeders and waterers, which will get them off the ground and keep the straw and the rest of the bedding from getting into the feed and water. Just things you got to think about, right? Hey, Ghost, you gonna say hi? So you're just gonna stand there, you're gonna wait till I talk, then you're gonna interrupt? Gotcha. He always likes to play his part, right? This is the mixed run, which you have all seen before, unless it's your first time here, then it's your first time seeing it. This is one of our mixed groups. This run has not been reset for the seed. We did this purposely so that we could show you the contrast between the two. You can see it's built up, but it kind of looks like dirt. And at this point, perfectly honest, fully composted, the straw has broken down, the manure has broken down. It's ready to go straight in the garden. It's not like the other type when you separate the poop out from the bedding, then you got to let that really compost and it's got to sit for a bit. Otherwise, you can risk burning your plants in your garden. But this stuff is ready to go. So we start with the straw, you add your layers, and as the season and the weeks go by, the layers get big, it composts, and it turns into this dirt-looking stuff. And that's ready to be used. So like you saw in the other video, when we go and empty them, we will scoop this out like we did in this run. We'll take it all to the gardens, and then we reset it with straw, just like we did when we started with the coops and runs over there. Hope you can see through the hardware cloth, but this run behind me was reset for the season. It's been dug out, and you can see it is lower than the other side. That's because we removed the excess layers of bedding. We take it back to what we call our zero level, which is just about where the footing is for the bottom of the run for the framing. And then we begin to add more straw and build it back up. It does take time to build up both the layers and the organisms needed to compost properly, so you need to start early. We may still be in summer, fall hasn't even come close yet, but you got to start now in order to be ready for the winter months. So the deep bedding method is something to consider when you do your chickens and when you're on that journey. If it's not what you're interested in, that's okay. There are many other methods out there. We got nothing against it. This is what we chose to do. To be perfectly honest, one of the biggest factors for us is we're not going to get out here daily and scoop the poop, right? It's like having that many number of cats. It's a lot of poop to scoop. So we found something that works for us, works for the birds and the environment. Make sure you do your research, find out what style you want to use, and make sure that you keep your runs clean and healthy and ready for the chickens. If you have a smell, just a reminder, if it smells like ammonia, way overdue to freshen up and change out the beddings and the runs, including in the coops. You got to keep them clean as well. You don't want the birds to get sick. It can lead to many different problems, up to and including death. And we don't want to lose any one of our feathered friends. There's going to be much more to come on the completion of these new chicken runs and coops. We'll show you the nesting boxes once they're installed. We'll give you all an update on the pasture, chickens and turkeys, and everything else that's going on around here. So as always, get outside, enjoy life, whether you're renting, you're owning, you're in the city. Find a piece of nature and just go out, spend some time in it, sit out there, read a book, go for a walk, take the dogs out, take the kids out, take the wife, the husband. You got to drag them out. I mean, you want to choose to fight that battle and risk sleeping on the couch? That's your prerogative. But we encourage you all to get out there. Until next time, take care.